The universe is hiding masterpieces, hidden in the darkness between stars, painted across light years of space, more beautiful than anything humans have ever created. And we found them, using the most powerful telescopes ever built. Today, we're going to look at the most breathtaking images ever captured from space. By the end of this video, you will see the universe differently. For most of human history, the night sky was a mystery. Tiny points of light, distant, unreachable. But in 1990, we launched the Hubble Space Telescope. And then, in 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope. These instruments showed us something incredible. The universe is not a dark place. It is full of color, full of light, full of art that has existed for billions of years. Each one of these images took weeks, months, sometimes years to capture. They are real. They are not edited. They are not imagined. Today, we'll explore the 10 most breathtaking photos ever taken of our universe. And number 1 is the most famous image in space photography history. Let's begin. Number 10. The Sombrero Galaxy. Officially called Messier 104, 31 million light-years from Earth. It looks exactly like the wide-brimmed Mexican hat that gave it its name. A bright glowing core, surrounded by a flat disk of dust. When Hubble photographed it in 2003, the world stopped to admire it. The galaxy contains 800 billion stars, 8 times more than our own Milky Way. And here's what makes it even more incredible. We see the Sombrero Galaxy nearly edge-on. If it were tilted just slightly more, we would be looking down at one of the most beautiful spirals in the sky. But this angle, this perfect cosmic hat, is what makes it unforgettable. Number 9. The Orion Nebula. One of the closest stellar nurseries to Earth, 1,344 light-years away, and visible to the naked eye on a clear night. When Hubble looked at it in detail, we saw something extraordinary. Thousands of new stars being born. The Orion Nebula is a cosmic cloud where gravity is pulling gas and dust together, forming entirely new solar systems. At least 700 stars are currently being born inside it. Some scientists believe our own sun was born in a place just like this, about 4.6 billion years ago. When you look at the Orion Nebula, you are seeing what our own beginning may have looked like, a glowing cosmic womb, lit by the brightest young stars in the galaxy. Number 8. The Andromeda Galaxy. Our closest large galactic neighbor, 2.5 million light-years away. In 2015, Hubble took the largest photograph of Andromeda ever assembled, 1.5 billion pixels, showing over 100 million individual stars. To view the full image at normal resolution, you would need a screen the size of 3 basketball courts. Andromeda contains 1 trillion stars, almost 3 times more than our Milky Way. And here's something that should give you chills. Andromeda is moving directly toward us at 400,000 kilometers per hour. In about 4.5 billion years, it will collide with our galaxy. When you look at this photograph, you are looking at our future home. Number 7. The Helix Nebula. Located 695 light-years away in the constellation Aquarius. When Hubble photographed it, people called it the most mysterious image ever taken, because it looks like a giant eye staring across the universe. A glowing iris, a dark pupil, a cosmic gaze. The Helix Nebula is the remains of a dying star, just like our own sun will be in 5 billion years. The star at the center has shed its outer layers, creating these massive expanding rings of gas. What we are seeing is a star's final breath, frozen in time. It is a glimpse into our own solar system's distant future, and it is one of the most haunting, beautiful objects we have ever discovered. Number 6. The Cat's Eye Nebula. Catalogued as NGC 6543, about 3,000 light-years from Earth. When Hubble photographed it, astronomers were stunned. It is the most structurally complex nebula ever discovered. At least 11 concentric rings surrounding a brilliant central glow. Each ring was created when the dying star at the center expelled a layer of gas about every 1,500 years. For tens of thousands of years, this star has been slowly breathing out its own atmosphere, creating one of the most ornate objects in the entire cosmos. If you stared at it long enough, you might believe it was designed. And, in a sense, by the laws of physics, it was. Number 5. The Cosmic Cliffs of Carina Nebula. In 2022, NASA released the first official images from the James Webb Space Telescope, and one of them stopped the world in its tracks. A massive wall of cosmic dust and gas, 7,600 light-years from Earth, glowing in shades of orange, red, and gold. What looks like mountains rising into a starry night sky is actually the edge of a stellar nursery. Some of those peaks are 58 light-years tall. Hidden inside this gas are newborn stars being formed at this very moment. This was the first time the James Webb Telescope showed us what it could really do. And it was one of the most beautiful images we had ever seen. Number 4. The Whirlpool Galaxy. Messier 51, 23 million light-years away. It is the closest, clearest example of a spiral galaxy that we can study from Earth. And it is breathtakingly beautiful. 2 glowing arms wrapping around a bright central core, filled with hundreds of billions of stars. But the Whirlpool Galaxy is not alone. Right next to it is a smaller galaxy called NGC 5195. The two are dancing, pulling each other through space, slowly merging. The gravitational pull from NGC 5195 is what creates the whirlpool's perfect spiral arms. When you look at this image, you are watching 2 galaxies become one, an event that will take millions of years to complete. Number 3. The Crab Nebula. One of the most studied objects in the entire universe. But here's what makes it incredible. Humans actually saw this nebula being created. In the year 1054, a massive star exploded. Chinese astronomers recorded a new star appearing in the sky, bright enough to be seen during the day. For 23 days, it shone brighter than every other star in the night sky. What they saw was a supernova, the death of a massive star. What remained was the Crab Nebula, an expanding cloud of gas spreading across 6 light-years of space. At its heart, a tiny, ultra-dense neutron star spinning 30 times every second. Every time we look at the Crab Nebula, we are looking at the death of a star that humans actually witnessed nearly 1,000 years ago. Number 2. The Hubble Ultra Deep Field. In 2003, Hubble pointed itself at one specific tiny patch of empty sky, so small that it covered an area equivalent to a grain of sand held at arm's length. And it stared for 11 days. When the image came back, it changed our understanding of the universe forever. In that single tiny patch of darkness, Hubble found 10,000 galaxies. 10,000 in a piece of sky so small you could barely see it. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Each star may have its own planets, and every direction we look in the sky is filled with the same density of galaxies. When you look at the Hubble Ultra Deep Field, you are not just looking at a photo. You are looking at a slice of infinity. And number 1, the pillars of creation. Perhaps the most famous photograph ever taken in space. Located in the Helix Nebula, 6,500 light-years from Earth. 3 towering columns of gas and dust rising into the cosmos. Each one is 4 light-years tall. When Hubble photographed them in 1995, the image went viral, long before the internet was as fast as it is today. It hung in classrooms, on the walls of museums, on posters in millions of bedrooms. Because inside those pillars, new stars are being born. At the very tip of each pillar, gravity is pulling gas and dust together, creating the cosmic seeds of solar systems. In 2014, Hubble rephotographed them with a sharper camera. In 2022, the James Webb Telescope captured them in incredible new detail. Every generation of telescope shows us the same scene in a deeper, more breathtaking way. The pillars of creation is more than just a photograph. It is the universe creating itself, right in front of our eyes. These images are not just photographs. They are windows into the most incredible artwork in existence, painted across light years, by the forces of physics, by the elegance of nature, by the design of a universe that constantly surprises us. Each photo took years of effort, from engineers, from astronomers, from entire generations of scientists, just so we could see what was always there. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe for more. Next time, we explore the strangest sounds ever recorded in space. See you there.